3, 2, 1. Wait. Right.
Good evening. My name is Brian Siddharth. Today is a very special day. Do you know why? The students of Speak Academy who have completed their level 1 in public speaking are going to perform the speeches that they have written in front of a live audience. I'm excited. Are you? I wish to begin today's event by welcoming our keynote speaker, Mr. Disanayak, Director of Speak, Mr. Farviz Imamuddin, coaches, respected parents, students, and esteemed guests. I welcome you all to the 26th Speakarnival. To begin the session, I invite Sari to the screen. Sari, over to you.
Sahiru Jaya Singha. Mother Nature can teach you the best lessons. Mother Nature can teach you the best lessons. Sahiru Jaya Singha.
David, the mighty swing, you that there were no feelers beyond the 30-yard circle beyond cover.
Mothers are instinctively protective, and that is why they make the best bodyguards in the whole world. Do you agree? Hello, everyone. My house is right next to a woman and a picturesque lake. I love riding my bike over the bridge and around the lake. I have my very own secret hideout, which opens to the water. The lake is home to many ducks, and I love looking at how they majestically glide over the water. One day, I was riding my bike to my secret hideout when I heard a crack in the bushes. I'm a curious person by nature, and I just couldn't ignore the sound. I hopped off my bike and went off to investigate. Behind the bush, I saw a beautiful family of ducks. I saw 2 ducks and a flock of tiny, fluffy, and gray ducklings. The parents were feeding the babies and guiding them through the grass. I have always been taught to protect the wildlife and environment. However, I really wanted to hold one of the curly ducklings. As I slowly inched to one of the ducklings, I saw the mother duck flapping her wings violently and hovering above the ground. But I didn't care. My eyes were only on the ducklings. Suddenly, the mother duck spread her wings, lowered her head, and looked at me with beady eyes. I felt a chill run through my body, but it was too late. The mother duck started pecking me quite hard as I turned around and went for my life. I went huffing and puffing straight to my house and banged the door shut. Luckily, I only had a few scratches on my back. Now, when I see a mother duck with her ducklings, I make sure I keep a good wide distance between me and the family. The angry mother duck taught me a very valuable lesson. Always heed the warning of mothers, human or not. Thank you for listening to my speech.
Well done, Sahiru.
Samitha Gunasekara. The day that I was almost stranded in an island. The day that I was almost stranded in an island. Samitha Gunasekara. Yay, another trip with my cousins. I was very excited when my mom told me that we were going to go to Cairns, Australia with Mahiru and Sahiru's family. I had no idea that this trip was going to teach me a life-changing lesson. Mom had planned for us to go to Green Island to spend the day. We caught the earliest cruise and we were warned by the cruise captain to be at the pier at 4 p.m. It was a beautiful island. We were very excited to snorkel for the first time. It had beautiful fish and beautiful coral reefs. Mahira, look, is that a dory fish? Some other tourists told us to walk to the other side of the island as the water is warmer. So our family decided to walk to the other side of the island. We followed a dirt track with many twists and turns. Wow, the beach is indeed beautiful on this side. Let's start walking. Wow, the beach is indeed beautiful. On this side, let's build a sandcastle, Sahiru said. Why does time fly when we're having fun? It's getting closer to 4 p.m. Let's start walking, Dad said. Me and Mahiro kept running ahead of the group so we could explore more. Slow down, I heard my mom say faintly in the distance. After a few minutes, I saw sand and waves and realized that we were on the beach. But no one was on this side of the beach. I faintly heard the horn of the cruise. Is the last cruise about to leave? Leave without us? I saw shouting and waving from far away. It was Claire, Mum and Dad running towards us. Where were you? We were looking for you two everywhere. The last cruise is about to leave. With that look on Mum's face, I knew I was in trouble. The last cruise had to wait for us, especially as it was the last cruise out of the island. The captain did not look happy. It's okay to have fun, but when you get lost in your own fun, you can get lost too. And do you know the worst part? You not only put yourself in trouble, but you put others too. So friends, always listen to your parents and stay close to them, especially in unfamiliar places.
Well done, Savindu. Good job.
Mahiru Jai Singh, overcome obstacles with grit, courage and a never give up attitude. Overcome obstacles with grit, courage and a never give up attitude. Mahiru Jai Singh.
Imagine that your favorite toy drifted far away into the depths of the lake. Would you dive in to go rescue it? Hello, everyone. This year, for my birthday, I got the perfect present. It was a remote control speedboat. Once fully charged, it could go up to 30 kilometers an hour. Luckily for me, my house was right next to an amazing lake. It was such a thrill to see it zipping through the sparkling water. Every day after school, me and my friend Riley had lots of fun playing with it on the lake. One day, we decided to send it further away and suddenly realized it went out of the control zone. The boat gently swayed 100 meters away from our reach. I was very worried as I didn't want to lose this fantastic toy. The only way to get it was to jump into the murky water, swim to the middle, and grab the boat. I told my parents the problem, but they were not happy for me to get in the water. But there was no other way, so I convinced them by reminding them of my swimming triumphs. They finally said yes, and I got into my swimming clothes, put on my goggles, and entered the lake. The bottom was slippery, and the water was cold. I did not like the feeling, but I wasn't ready to give up without a try. So I plunged in, swam steadily to the middle, and grabbed the boat. I swam back to the shore as Riley cheered. I was relieved and excited to have my favorite boat safe in my hands. I am glad I persevered and had faith in myself that day. Friends, you don't have to dive into it to test your perseverance, but have faith in yourself that you can overcome any obstacle in your way with grit, courage, and a never give up attitude. Thank you.
Well done, Mahiru. Good job.
Safras Farhan, the moment of distraction that ended in a disaster. The moment of distraction that ended in a disaster. Saira Farhan.
A moment of disaster can end up. A moment of disaster can end up. A moment of distraction can end up in disaster. I learned that lesson through a very painful experience. Hello everyone. It was a normal Saturday. I was playing with my dolls. My baby brother was only 3 months old. That's tiny. He was on my mum's and dad's bed. My mum wanted to go to the bathroom, so she said, "Sarah, look after your baby brother." Okay, I said, but I did not do that. Instead, I was running from my room to my mum's and dad's bed, so I still had an eye on my baby brother, just in case he caused some mischief. But on my 6th attempt of running up and down, I banged my eyebrow on the corner of the board. Ouch! I felt a searing pain go through my body. I was crying so loud, I think the neighbours heard me. As soon as my mum heard me, she raced out to the bathroom to see if I was okay. I was not. There was so much blood dripping down, it was like as if it was water. Immediately after that, my mum called my dad to tell him about the news. As soon as my dad heard, he also raced back from his workplace to our house. When he came home, he gave me huge chocolate coins to chew on for the pain, but still that did not solve all of our problems. We decided we had to go to the hospital, so there we were, all of us, including my baby brother, getting into the car and going to the hospital. When we got to the hospital, they had a look and said, "We cannot glue this back together. So in the morning, you need to see a plastic surgeon." Okay, we said. So the next day, when we met a plastic surgeon, he stitched my cut back up, and now you can see it is back to normal. Friends, a moment of distraction can end up in a disaster. I learned that lesson through a very painful experience.
Wow, good job, Saira. Well done.
Muthumanya Piris. The U-turn. The U-turn. Muthumanya Piris.
An overdose of joy makes you laugh. But one day, it made me cry. I will tell you how. Dear parents, friends, and guests. One fine day, I mastered riding my bike without guide wheels. You remember how you felt on that day? Well, I was proud, full of confidence, and simply was in elation. I had practiced all day, fell down countless times. My favorite chain had fallen, and I had several wounds. I gave up many times, but somehow I won. Don't you think I should be proud after all these hurdles? Yes, I was. And that's why I really want to ride the bike that very evening. It was the poetic. Our neighbors were decorating the road with vibrant Vesak lanterns, oil lamps, and flags. They had also cut the grass on the sides of the road. The grass was made into several heaps and was put to burn. The whole neighborhood was in action. So my mom said, "Muthu, don't ride the bike today." But I just had to ride the bike. I ignored my mom and gave into my perch. I rode the bike up and down several times in delight. And as usual, I tried to do a U-turn. I lost balance and bang, fell over a smoking heap of grass. I screamed in pain and my neighbors rescued me.
underneath the faint smoke, there had been hot charcoal. I had burned my right arm. Believe me, my friends, it was pain beyond words. I cried myself that day. My joy questioned thinner. I tried to do a U-turn and failed. But from that day, I learned to do a successful U-turn in the face of obvious danger. The lesson on obedience, well, that formula is really a bit hard for me to learn. Thank you.
Well done, Muthu. Good job. Nice.
Hana Sapras Ajume lost in the forest. Lost in the forest. Hana Sapras Ajume.
It is nice that teachers you the most important lessons. Do you agree? Hello, everyone. Once, when I was 7, my family and friends went to Four Falls, which is a river trail in Wales. On our way there, my uncle and my dad's friend told us that after we had reached the 4th waterfall, they had to go and park the car closer to the entrance. After some time, we reached the 4th and final waterfall. It was astonishing. The drops of water looked like snow, especially when we went inside the waterfall. By the time we had returned to the trail, we were drenched. Then my uncle and my dad's friend went to go and park the car close to the entrance. After just a few minutes, we decided to head back, but we realized we were lost. We stumbled down the path on the right, but there was just a huge lake. My mom called the mountain rescue team, but they would arrive in an hour. We were all trembling, drenched and shivering, when my mum found one of the bottles that my uncle had brought on the trip. We picked it up and saw another, and so on. My uncle had left a trail. We stumbled across the path to find my uncle outside the car. It was a huge relief. The trip became a memorable experience for 2 reasons. 1, it was fun and exciting. And 2, it taught me to be observant of your surroundings at all times. Thank you.
Good job, Hannah. Well done.
Shekinah Bandar. My scary holiday. My scary holiday. Shekinah Bandar.
Has your best holiday ever turned into your worst holiday? Hello, everyone. Long before we heard the word of the coronavirus, we were planning to go on an exciting trip to a zoo, a birdhouse, and we were going to stay for camping. I was so excited. That morning, I got ready. I grabbed my clothes and I ran to the car. I was the first one there. Everyone was still carrying their heavy suitcases into the car. They were surprised to see me, and they were also surprised to see how big my suitcase was. It was as big as my father's. Well, it was my father's. So, everybody got into the car and we left on our exciting trip. First, we went to the birdhouse. I saw so many colorful birds there. There was a bird keeper there. He let us hold the birds, touch the birds. He even let us feed the birds a couple of times. After spending some time there, we left. This time we went to the zoo. I saw so many animals there. There were giraffes, gorillas, and tigers. I was very happy to see them. After exploring around the zoo, there was a little circus. We went in, got a good seat, and started watching. There were elephants, giraffes, and even tigers performing. For the first time, there was an elephant, and then a lion jumped over the elephant, but he didn't need it because he was trained not to. Then a man came, jumped on the elephant, and rode it around the circus. It was amazing.
Then he pulled out a hoop from his back and some tigers jumped through. I was very, very amazed. After the circus finished, we left again. I had no idea where we were going this time, but soon I realized we were going camping. I did not want to leave my tent, so I stayed inside. Then a park ranger came and said, "The forests are very dangerous, little girl. Do not leave your tent without any parents." I listened to him at first. Then I saw a squirrel. I sneaked up on it and I chased it around the forest. When I finally lost it, I realized I was lost. I got so scared. I went around and around but kept coming to the same spot I started. I got so scared then. I started crying. I sat under a tree and eventually I fell asleep. When I woke up, there was a man there. He asked me, "Are you Shekinah?" I said, "Yes." Then he told me to follow him. He took me in a jeep and off we went. I had no idea where we were going and I got very scared. Were they taking me to a foster home because I had no parents? No, they took me to my parents. They were furious. They started yelling at me for hours. And after that, we never went camping again. Friends, when you go on a trip again, make sure never to wander off or prepare to have the worst holiday. Thank you.
Well done, Shekinah. Good job.
Mark Lawrence. Be mindful even when you are helping. Be mindful even when you are helping. Mark Lawrence.
Story, funny but not funny. Certain incidents which happen in our lives can be both funny and dangerous. We can laugh about the funny parts, but we should learn from the dangers. Hello everyone, I was 3 years old and on one beautiful evening I was watching my favourite cartoon, Paw Patrol. I'm sure many of us know and heard about Paw Patrol and the characters. Some of the characters in the cartoon are Marshall, Sky, Chase, and Rubble. But my favourite out of all was Marshall. I was so, on that beautiful evening, the cartoon was all about Marshall. I was so happy and enjoying the cartoon. But then my happiness turned into sadness when Marshall was about to catch on fire. I was so worried and scared, so guess what I did? I took my water bottle and poured it on the TV. After a few seconds, the TV turned off. I thought to myself what had happened, since all I did was pour water onto the TV to save Marshall, but then the TV got turned off. I ran to my mum and said, "I tried to save Marshall, but the TV's now not working." She came to the living room and saw water on the floor and on the TV. She looked like she was worried, but like she was laughing at the same time. She took me close to her and said, "Mark, you should not pour water into any electronic devices. That is very dangerous." But at that time, I did not understand, since all I had in my mind was saving Marshall. But now, since I've grown a little older, I understand how funny and dangerous it is at the same time. I laugh now looking back at it, I laugh about the funny parts, but I've certainly learned my lesson from the dangers. Thank you for listening. God bless you.
Well done, Mark. God bless you too.
Bilal Arsad. A lesson I learned. A lesson I learned. Bilal Arsad.
The past is where you learn the lesson and the future is where you apply the lesson. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm sure that most of you haven't experienced something as frightening as what I'm about to tell you. Truly a scary situation for anyone, no matter whatever age you may be or wherever you are from. And yes, I did learn a very important lesson from this. It was Christmas Eve. The weather was chilly and rainy when suddenly the power went out. We were all there sitting in the dark, so bored that we wanted to go out and enjoy the cold weather. That's when we decided to go to Goldfish. We got into the car in our pajamas and arrived there. When we arrived there, since it was Christmas Eve, Goldfish had a carnival where there were so many exciting rides. I couldn't wait to go on one, but we had just eaten dinner, so we couldn't go so soon. We then took a walk around the carnival until we were ready to go on a ride, when suddenly someone grabbed me and held me up. I was shocked and terrified. When I turned around to look at the face, he was a crazy man. I'm pretty sure he didn't know what he was doing. My dad, he tried to run away with me in his hand until my dad shouted stop. He stopped and put me down and ran to one of the tents they had at the carnival. My dad went in and taught him a lesson, but he wasn't the only one who learned the lesson. I did too. I learned that I should always hold my parents' hand and never leave their side, no matter where we are. So remember, my friends, the past is where you learn the lesson, and the future is where you apply the lesson. So learn from your past experience and make your life better by applying the lesson. Thank you.
Well done, Bilal. Good job.
Ask permission before you take someone's property. Ask permission before you take someone's property.
We all taken something without asking permission. Hello everyone. It was a nice evening. I was eagerly waiting to see my two cousin sisters. I was so excited to meet them after a long time. I was thinking about crazy stuff we are going to do with each other. We played and played and played a lot and had so much fun. After we had dinner, when everyone left the dining table, I saw something nice sparkling on the dining table. You know what it was? It was a nice pencil case. And that was my big cousin's sisters. It had 3 nice key tags. I love key tags, so I slowly reached out and snatched it. When my big cousin sister saw this, she came to me and shouted, "Give me that now!" I was so excited and I went under the dining table. You know, that was the perfect place to hide from my big cousin. But unfortunately, she came too. She dragged it from me and I also dragged it too. Suddenly, my forehead hit on the chair. Oh, that was so painful. In no time, I was bleeding. My mother was so scared. We rushed to the doctor. I was thinking that I would be getting stitches. But luckily, the doctor said, "You can just wear a plaster." Few days later, I got better and my sister hugged me. She was so happy. She said sorry to me. My mother always says, "Oveen, do not fight with your sisters, and when you take something, ask permission." I realized that day my mother was right, and we should not take others' things without asking permission. So now if I like something, I always make sure to ask the owner before touching it. And guess what? I don't bang my head on chairs anymore. Thank you.
Well done, Ovin. Good job. Nice.
Abriana Lawrence, why you should not eat too many sweets? Why you should not eat too many sweets? Abriana Lawrence.
Do you like candies? Candies are sweet and yummy, but do you know what happens when you eat too many of them? Hello everyone. Hello everyone. On a bright sunny day, the family was out shopping. This time we went to the sweet section first. I was so excited to pick which one I want. I saw lollipops that I really wanted to buy, but my mummy and daddy said no. I got cross with them. They saw that I was upset, so they just bought it for me. I was so excited to go home and wrap the sweets and eat them all. But I decided to wait patiently. Finally, we got home. I unwrapped the sweets and ate them all, one after the other. First, it felt so good, but then after a while, I started to feel a slight pain developing in my tummy. But then it started to hurt. I started crying, and my mummy and daddy became so worried about me. They gave me hot water to make me feel better time to time, but it didn't work. I think finally I fell asleep. The following day was Monday morning, and I still didn't feel that okay to go to school. I wasn't 100% okay. That's the lesson I learned. Eating too much sweets is not good for your health, but eating one is okay. Thank you for listening to my speech.
Well done, Abriana. Good job. Well done.
Nishida Jenol Vijay Tilakar. Take simple things seriously. Take simple things seriously. Nishida Jenol Vijay Tilakar.
Hello, my teacher and friends. Today, I'm going to tell you a big lesson that I learned from a teeny tiny advice from my father. Every night, I used to tell my mother how you might do. One day, my father told me a really good class for astronauts, and I loved it. The reason that I loved it so much, so many things about the universe. About how is the sun born, about how the earth born, about how did life move, so many things. Did we know a long time ago, even before dance, that the whole universe had cosmic in? Over time, it started to overheat and create the acid exploding called the Big Bang. And in the middle, all the combined and created the sun. And they will connect all the two. And one of them is planet Earth. But anyway, I'm telling you how's the sun work like. Not how's the Earth work. But during the Big Bang, it created a massive cosmic wave. And before the Big Bang, everything was darkness. Not even a signal light. But when the Big Bang happened, when the cosmic wave was created, whatever it was, created light, stars, galaxies, so many things. Did you know that? We did right. I learned this from this class was for very recently, and I loved it so much. Then my father told me to book my classroom in my tenant. I thought, why? I'm not hungry, I'm shy now. Now I'm a grade 3, 8 years old big boy. I can keep my class schedule in my mind. I don't need to mark it on a piece of paper. So, how was your class this week? When my father told me, baby, class, astronomy class. Oh my god, they don't let me feel it. That is my favorite class, astronomy.
go. Then my father gave me a little advice and told, if you do the simple things right, it's the real important thing in your life. So my friend, don't do this mistake that I have done. Please, to your parents, they know better than us. And have a nice weekend.
Well done, Nishida. Good job.
Nihansa insect. Parents are the biggest blessing. Parents are the biggest blessing. Nihansa insect.
Parents are the biggest blessing in the world. Dear friends, there are those incidents which become so memorable that they keep lingering in one's mind. Such events usually leave a permanent mark in their life, in the lives of individuals, and offer a deeply felt lesson in our mind. It was nearly 18 months ago on a day. I was at my grandparents in Barangal. As my parents had to attend to an important event, I was advised to take care of myself and to be obedient, and was permitted to play only with my fluffy dog hand. I did not hesitate to play with my dog, and I accompanied to an evening walk. On the footpath, it led to a stream which flows through the village, and all of a sudden it started to run. So I gathered all my energy and started chasing after it. To my dismay, I saw a mud pit by the stream. A few boys were jumping and sliding and seemed to be having a lot of fun. One of the boys invited me to, and I didn't think twice and followed the rest. I had the time of my life, enjoying to the full. A few minutes later, I turned into a muddy cave. After hours, I returned home and had a shower. I struggled hours to remove the mud. Once my parents returned, I was shivering with high fever. I was admitted in the Colombo hospital in the middle of the night, and they did a couple of medicinal tests. For 5 days, I was given medicine through a cannula inserted in my left hand, which was very painful, and was given injection. This situation almost tore me apart as I saw the high level of nervousness and my parents at the moment. I deeply felt that if I would not have faced such a horrible situation. So I thought, listen to your parents' advice not only because they are right, because they have more experience and they wish us the best. Thank you.
Arham Shima. Don't tease animals. Don't tease animals. Arham Shima.
Every day is just a day, but we are the ones who make them a remarkable day, or a good day, or a bad day. Hello everyone, some days are good, but this day was something different. You know why? My cousins were here at my place. When we get together, it is always fun. It is always fun. I was asked to go to the shop and buy some things. I decided to take my cousin also with me. You may be wondering why should I take me? Because he always said the street dogs never bark at him. So, on the way to the shop, there are lots of street dogs, some in packs. As we saw this pack,
I knew that the notorious black mouthed bull-like dog, he's also there. I have seen him several times chasing children. Everything went well until my cousin started to tease the black one. Oh no, the barking became vociferous. Their tongues were out, their saliva was drooling. My heart was in my mouth. I started to run. When cousin is, some neighbors heard the barking sound and rushed out and rescued me from the tree. Without them, I would have been in the tree of birth. With that, I managed to find out where my cousin is. He was hiding in a nearby house. All his talking went into thin air. I can see the fear on his face. Finally, we reached home safely. My mother always used to say, do not teach animals. Sometimes they go out of control. I practically saw what that means that day. So, always listen to your mother. They are golden ones that can take you a long way in your life. Thank you. Speakarnival. An event in my life, just as Speakarnival.
An event in my life which taught me a life lesson. One of the biggest life lessons I learned in my life was when I disobeyed my mother once. It was a bright morning. I was excited because we were going on a trip to visit my cousins. We were meeting after a long time and having fun was all I could think. All the way to my cousin's house, my mother kept instructing me to be careful when we play and don't be so careless. But I'm not listening to what she was saying because to me it was a day to enjoy it and you can't be careful when having fun. After a few hours, we reached our cousin's place and such a joy it was to see them. We played indoor games, watched TV, had snacks all morning. It was lunchtime and I was sitting in the living room when I got bored. So, ignoring my mother's warning, I wandered off into the road. And out of nowhere, a big dog started running towards me barking. He suddenly stopped and started rolling at me and come closer. I have never seen a big dog as this. When the dog's barking and rolling, I was sure he's going to attack me and bite me. I was too afraid to move and stood still waiting for someone. My mother came running towards me and chased the dog away. She turned and hugged me and I felt safe in her arms. That moment, I understand that everything my mother teaches me has a reason, even when I don't understand what it is. And at all times, I should obey my mother without doubtings. This was the biggest life lesson I learned in my life because if I obeyed my mother, I would not fallen in trouble that day. Thank you.
Well done, Yasasvi. Good job.
Zay Saki. The yo-yo disaster. The yo-yo disaster. Zay Saki. You know how I learned that your mother is always right? Okay, I'll give you a hint. It did not end well. Dear parents, coach, and friends, I was watching YouTube while I saw a video that could end my life. And it was about a yo-yo. Now, you might be thinking, Zay, how can a yo-yo end your life? You need to listen to the end. There are two.
So I was pretty curious to see what this video was all about. I clicked on the video and I saw him doing some interesting tricks. I decided to try them myself, and that's exactly what I did. I tried the basic ones first, which was a piece of cake. And then it was time for the hard ones, like rock the baby, walk the dog, and around the world. I did rock the baby and walk the dog pretty nicely. I was proud of myself. I rushed downstairs to show my mom the new tricks I learned. She said, "That's nice, Zaid, but you need to be careful because your yo-yo is made of metal, and if it hits you, it'll hurt really badly." But I did not listen, and I ran upstairs, and I was now about to do the trick around the world. So I put my yo-yo up into the air, and I did it. But I still had to bring the yo-yo back to my hands. So I pulled the string, and snap! The yo-yo and the string came apart, and the metal yo-yo landed bang on my leg. I screamed, "Ah, Mom, help me!" She then ran upstairs and saw me and said, "Oh no, Zaid, I told you to be careful." Put some cream on my leg, and I felt better. My dear friends, your parents are your backbone. They help you walk straight and without strain. Ignoring their words of precious advice is like trying to walk without a backbone. You are bound to fall and fail. So please hold on to your parents' advice. Love, parents. Thank you.
Well done, Zaid.
Once upon a time, there lived a boy called Sethmika. He was a passionate cricketer aspiring to be like Sangakkara. But when he was called to do a speech, he became anxious, nervous, and scared. So his parents decided to take him to Speak, a place where children got the opportunity to become great speakers. They trusted Speak to help Sethmika become a confident speaker. On his first day at Speak, Sethmika gave his first speech.
Me and my brother studies at Trinity College, Kent. My sister studies at Pushpadam Girls College. We three have a lot of fun at home.
Days, weeks, and months passed by. The day of the speech carnival arrived. Sethmika got onto the stage to do his final speech. His parents watched in anticipation, wondering if Speak would have delivered its promise. And then, this happened.
And my brother came running and flung the ball at me, trying to get me out. But I swung my bat like Sangha, which hit so hard that the ball went flying like a bird and hit our neighbor's doorbell and went rolling down the garden. My two friends quickly hid. My brother went inside the house, closed the door, and I had no space to hide.
Group 56. Haya Safraz Ajume. Plan your trips, but don't panic. Plan your trips, but don't panic. Haya Safraz Ajume.
Setting out without a plan can lead to utter chaos. I learned this not at school, but through a real-life scary experience. Hello, everyone. Have you ever been lost along a muddy trail in the thick of a humongous forest with no sense of direction as midnight crept up to the sky? Well, I have. It was August 2020 when it happened. Let me take you back through my memories. The day began cheerfully. Everyone was laughing, smiling, and getting ready for our trip.
We were going to Four Falls, a river trail in Wales. My family were staying there with our friends and my auntie. Looking back, I am so thankful we brought so many water bottles and snacks. The time came. We left the house in 3 cars, each one behind the other. Four Falls wasn't too far away. We got there quickly, got out, had some pre-packed lunch, and set off. As we began the trail, my father leading the way, we could see a glamorous pool leading from the River Melte. The men chose some routes, the ladies chose some others, but most of them were just random picks. We saw some little waterfalls high upstream. I wondered if these were the main ones, but no, these were just the minis. We soon came to our first waterfall, a wonderful curtain of water, the second waterfall, a slippery slide of water, and third waterfall, a cascading aqua blue waterfall. As we reached our fourth waterfall, our limbs and legs were weary. We just watched this waterfall. Soon, we just sat down on a bench and sat to rest. As the evening crept up, the men decided to go and bring the cars a bit closer to where we were so it'd be easier for us. They left 8 children and their mothers to rest. As the sky became darker, my father came back and decided to head back to the car park. There was one problem in this plan. We couldn't find our way. We walked through many routes, but many of them led to dead ends or sharp drops. We went into a clearing and my parents tried to find the way out. We were only a small group in a big forest. My mum called the emergency services, but they didn't pick up. What was this? Fright curdled in my stomach, and I looked around wildly for ways out. Eventually, my mother began pacing up and down the path when she let out a gasp of relief. She'd found the path out, the path that led back to the car park. We graciously ambled up the path amid shouts of reassurance from everyone around us. We finally reached our warm, safe, and cozy cars. The experience was one of the scariest I'd ever been through, and the lesson was etched in my heart. Whenever we set out to do something, it's important to have a clear plan and not to lose our heads in a time of panic and chaos. It not only saves time, but our health too. Thank you for listening to me.
Well done, Haya. Good job.
Umar Arsa. Cancel. Umar Arsa.
We take a lot of things for granted, let's admit it. But 2 things we do not take for granted are our right to self-determination and equality between all people. These things we defend ruthlessly and give the attackers no quarter. Hello, everyone. The other day, I got into an argument on Discord. For those of you who don't happen to know about Discord, think of it as WhatsApp, but fancier and with thousands of people instead of dozens. So there I was, me on one side, 15 people on the other. It was David versus Goliath. Spoiler, David did not win. I lost the argument and I was banned after some uncalled for verbal abuse. Now you might be wondering what I did to offend so many people. Well, I brought up the topic of women's rights, a topic that as a male, I am forbidden to speak on. What started as a friendly discussion soon turned into a fierce, brutal, and merciless battle in which I, the chauvinistic, anti-feminist sociopath, was public enemy number 1. So as I sat there, looking at the ban notice, I realized that I had been cancelled. Every trace of my existence was being removed from the group. As I sat there, my associates were being hunted down and would soon meet the same end as me. And cancel culture extends beyond petty internet arguments and can actually have real-life consequences. For those of you unfamiliar with it, it ensures that any free speech online conforms to strange social norms of our times. Anyone can cancel you, your best friend, your neighbor, your siblings even, and they will by any means necessary. People have had their lives ruined just because they tweeted something without thinking about how it might be interpreted by a complete stranger. Entire families have lost their livelihoods because they got cancelled. What has the world come to that we brutally silence the people who disagree with us? What I learned from that argument was that we should listen without prejudice, without anger, without intending to force our opinions on someone else. Because to understand people, you really have to listen to what they say, not just tolerate the noise. Listen and understand. Thank you.
Well done, Umar.
Thank you, sir.
Gayaka Samarasinghe. What matters the most is to keep trying. What matters the most is to keep trying. Gayaka Samarasinghe.
Hello. There are times we get what we want, and there are times we don't. But what matters the most is we keep trying. Hello, everyone. When I was in grade 2, there was a report of the tournament. Teachers selected the team for a running event. I also got an opportunity to be in the team. A few days later, the practices were started. I was so excited. On my first day, we played match. It was interesting. The third day, teacher came up to me after practices and said, Gayuka, you're not selected the team. I was so disappointed about that. My heart was broken. I cried so much. My father saw me upset. When I told him the reason, he said, you should never give up. No matter what happens, just keep crying. I continued to practice. When I was in grade 4, there was another class rugby tournament. I was selected to the team. I scored 3 tries at the tournament and took my team into the winning side. In the end, we won the championship too. I was so glad about that. Friends, I learned 3 lessons from this story in my life. 1. No matter what happens, just keep trying. 2. Never give up just because you failed once. 3. If you can achieve your goals if you believe in yourself. And thank you for listening to my speech.
Well done, Gayuka.
Dustin Neeraj. Truth might be stranger than fiction, but it is better than deception. Truth might be stranger than fiction, but it is better than deception. Dustin Neeraj.
Wait.
My life lesson. Truth might be stranger than fiction, but better than deception. Dear friends, guests, and families, when I was nearly 8, we were getting to the English lesson. My friend has lost his pencil. He was unhappy and sad. He cried too. Seeing this, I got very upset because he was my best friend. But only 10 minutes ago, I saw he has pencil. So I ran and checked my purse. To my surprise, I got 1 pencil. Suddenly, teacher came and asked, what's happening? I tried to explain that my friend has lost his pencil. But I couldn't complete the sentence because one of my classmates told, he's lying. He showed a pencil from the whole class. Seeing this, teacher got very angry and punished us. For the whole day, she neither spoke to me or to my friend. At last, my friend told, I was pranking to you. So friends, lies may look attractive when others find out that you have lied. You will lose your trust. So remember, truth might be stranger than fiction, but better than deception. Thank you.
Well done, Jasmine. Good job.
Safia Arsa. A lesson I learned. Safia Arsa.
Never regret anything that has happened in life. It cannot be changed, undone, or forgotten. So take it as a lesson learned and move on. Good evening, everyone. If you're as sick as I am of this lockdown, then reach out and click that raise hand icon. I'm sure we are all craving to just go out and have a normal life, to go back to school and to meet our friends and classmates. But there's one thing we don't realize. We are already meeting up with them. Don't we have Zoom meetings with our friends? Don't we speak to our family through WhatsApp calls? You see, we don't appreciate that we at least have these advantages to keep in touch with friends and family. When there are kids out there who can neither go to school online nor physically, they simply can't help it. I experienced something that changed my life completely. One day, we decided to go out, not because we were supposed to, but because of my begging and pleading. I just could not stay at home. I wanted to go out so bad that my parents finally said yes. As I got prepared, we were already late. So I ran down the stairs when suddenly my foot twisted, my hand slipped off the railing, and I went rolling down the stairs. Now, I was in so much pain that I thought the world was going to end. Now, you might think that stopped us from going outside. Wrong, it didn't. We went out to the hospital, and I had to bear the bad news that I had fractured my foot and spent 3 months in bed, all because I wanted to go out once. Friends, the lockdown might seem like a bad thing at first sight, but remember, never forget that everything happens for a reason. Never regret anything that has happened in your life. It cannot be changed, undone, or forgotten. So take it as a lesson learned and move on.
Well done, Safia. Good job.
Safia has disconnected. We'll go with the next speaker.
Sayaru Bogavath. Most memorable moment in my life. Most memorable moment in my life. Sayaru Bogavath.
Most memorable innocent of my life. How many of you have an unforgettable experience that is both dangerous as well as funny? Dear parents, friends, and guests, it all began when I went for a short vacation to my grandfather's house in a village. The village was situated in Sabaragamu province. I loved to go to my grandfather's because of the calm environment. The sceneries and landscapes is also very beautiful with green fields everywhere. I have a number of friends here as well. We have a great fun together. One day, an incident occurred in my life that I will never forget all my life. I was walking through one of the fields when I noticed something laying curled on the ground at some distance. Texture, color, and physical features of the object seemed in all respect to be a snake. Moreover, it was laying in my path. I felt myself getting nervous and afraid. I turned pale with fear. I stood still for a moment, not knowing what to do. I appreciated that the snake would turn around and bite me. I slowly moved backwards and ran to call my grandfathers and some elders. When I told them my story, they immediately came with me. To my surprise, the object or the so-called snake was still laying in the same position. It had not moved an inch. My grandfather heard laughing, told me, Puta, it wasn't a snake, but a wish plant. Then he lifted it up and gave it to me. I noticed some of my friends were heard laughing. I learned that my friends had planned to surprise me by keeping a wish plant on the field at dusk. They had intended to make me an April Fool because it was the 1st of April. And as you now know, the trick worked beautifully. So friends, don't believe everything that you see. Sometimes you might think someone is a snake. When you look closer at that person, he might turn out to be the most innocent person in the world. Thank you.
Well done, Sayuru. Good job.
Fatima Salman. My journey of learning the main languages in Sri Lanka. My journey of learning the main languages in Sri Lanka. Fatima Salman.
It doesn't matter how hard your life is, was, or will be, but what is crucial is to hang on and never give up. Good evening, everyone. When I was doing my language homework, an idea popped my mind. What idea? The idea for this speech. My name is Fatima Salman, and I am here today to talk about my journey of learning the two main languages in Sri Lanka, which is Sinhala and Tamil. Being born and living 10 years of my life in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, the only language I knew and spoke was English. In 2017, my parents decided to come settle in our motherland, Sri Lanka. When I started schooling at Loyal Ladies College in Kandy, I realized, oh no, I have to do two language subjects, which is Sinhala and Tamil. So my parents guided me and helped me learn it. Once I learned the basics, my parents decided to enroll me in a government school, Badruddin Mahmood Girls College in Kandy, since I'll be able to learn and communicate a lot more. Then there came another challenge. Studying in English medium, I had to do 5 subjects in Tamil. There were days where I got low marks in those subjects. There were days where I wanted to go back to my old school. There were days where I cried thinking how I'd manage in that school. But as they say, things can change within time. And that's exactly what happened. I got a supportive family. I had wonderful teachers who kept telling me that it's all going to be okay. I had amazing friends who supported me through thick and thin. When I look back at all the struggle I had, I realized that it was all worth it. When I first entered that school, I was worried thinking about their language and my marks. But now, guess what? The fear is gone. I started getting exceptional marks, and because I get to hang around with children from different cultures and religions, I got to know a lot about them. I guess I was too quick to judge things by first sight. I even realized that you can achieve anything you want in life as long as you work hard for it without giving up. Friends, victory only comes through wear and tear. It's our complete responsibility to focus and prioritize on what's important. So remember, it doesn't matter how hard your life is, was, or will be. But what is crucial is to hang on and never give up. Thank you.
Well done, Fatima. Good job. Good job.
Ahmad Shima. Visit to Mimura. Visit to Mimura. Ahmad Shima.
By failing to plan, you're planning to fail is a popular saying. How many of you have actually faced such scenarios in your life where you fail miserably by not planning? Here we go with another visit by not planning whatsoever. Dear parents, friends, and guests, my uncles and my dad were running out of ideas on that day as the day was passing. All they knew was that they had to go out on a trip but had no idea where to go or how to reach there. Few phone calls and Google searches, and a sudden decision was taken. I was ordered to come with my little brother. Anyways, I had no questions, but instruction for me was to keep a tight lip and come along, especially to not utter a word about this place to anyone else. So the journey started with 2 motorbikes. Which road to take was decided. We got Google's help to reach the destination. The only thing they knew was to act as per the instructions provided by Google. So no one was interested in asking anyone on the way. Everything was rosy until we reached an unpaved road. But for sure, people by the side of the road said something. They were looking at us in a strange manner. The unpaved road was stretching too long, lot of stones in between, as well as to keep us safe. But we were hell-bent to reach Mimura before 2 p.m. How on earth were we going to reach there? The clock was ticking. We were entering into a jungle now. The clock was ticking fast. The bikes were not ready to reach in cope with us. We did not have trail bikes, just those ordinary motorbikes. My dad says both the motorbikes are 180cc, so quite good enough for any condition. But they're rugged machines. They don't have a brain. They only work as the designer wants. So pathetic was the situation now. We had to cross a 5-kilometer stretch inside the jungle. Hardly crossed 2 kilometers, but around 45 minutes have passed through. The humid air is heavy with noise. Sound saturated. The forest around us buzz. Frogs yell. Birds shriek. Mammals scuttle. Even the trees seem to pulsate with sound as the wind ricochets of the high canopy and cascade back to the earth on a tidal wave of noise. We had no words. The road was filled with loose rocks. The bikes were skidding. The bike that my uncle was riding fell 2 times by now, on which I and my brother were on. So my dad, the experienced campaigner, told both of us to join him. My other uncle had to walk the remaining distance of almost 2 kilometers. Now we decided not to wait for the other bike, since it was getting late and someone had to get to safety quick. My dad decided to believe his gut feeling and ride with us to safety. Finally, after all the fight, we came out of that thick jungle. We started to see light. We were so relieved. Did we reach Mimura? Still no. Now it is 3 p.m. Another 1 hour ride remaining. We just inquired from the people on the road. They said if they are going to Mimura, we need to plan to stay the night. But we had no such plans. So we made the best remaining decision. We decided to return. Though we never reached the ultimate destination, we had a lot of excitement. The team decided to call it the day by that time and started to return on a better road. Friends, this trip taught me a life lesson. By failing to plan, you are planning to fail. Never take a decision all of a sudden without enough research and planning. Thank you.
Yogeshwaran Lidukshita. A terrible life incident. A terrible life incident. Yogeshwaran Lidukshita.
Certain things are so tempting that you just feel like diving in and doing them, and you completely forgot about 2 people called parents who are responsible for you. Hello everyone. It was the day after New Year. Me, my sister and brother were all sad because our parents had to go to work. On the 31st of December, we all went to Blackpool Hotel for a New Year party and arrived home late in the early morning hours. On the next day, as we usually do on New Year's, woke up early, had our showers, worshipped God, and completed all the cultural activities. So, on the 2nd of January, around 12, we were playing and one of my aunts came to visit us. We sat and talked and ate all the sweets she bought us. When it was time for her to leave, she did something that surprised us. She turned to us and asked, "Do you want to come to our house?" We had never been out with someone else rather than our parents. Me and my sister looked at each other and knew that we both were thinking the same thing. Guess what our answer was? We shouted together, yes. We changed into our clothes as fast as we can. We couldn't take our brother as he was too young. My grandmother and the servant warned us, but we completely ignored their warnings and left with our aunt. We traveled for about 2 kilometers and arrived at the place. It was a beautiful place. I had been there once with my parents. We were playing in the garden when they bought us ice creams. Me and my sister ate 2 ice creams each. At 2 o'clock, we were at home. And to our great surprise, our mother was in the sitting room with her hands crossed and she wore an angry expression. The first sentence she spoke was, "I have informed your father." Our father arrived 20 minutes later and screamed at us like a banshee. Guess what our punishment was? We were grounded for 3 whole weeks. And as God's punishment, we were severely ill the next day because of the ice creams we ate. Then I realized why my parents didn't want us to live without their permission. So many things could have happened you could have expected because, of course, our parents know better. So, never do anything without telling your parents whether you think it's good or bad. Thank you.
Listen the learn again. Think before you do something. Think before you do something. Listen the learn again.
It's okay to learn something new, but if it involves somebody else's life, we should probably ask for some help. Hello everyone, I'm Cindy, and today I'll be telling you all a story. One day when I was home alone, I decided to clean the tank of my neon toothbrush. I loved them so much, and I just couldn't wait to make that tank clean and sparkly. As I was cleaning the tank, I could see that the glass was so sparkly that I could see myself in it. I just couldn't wait to show my mom. Then I refilled the tank with tap water and put the fish back in. The fish were swimming around so gracefully. I just knew that they were going to love their new home. Then I went upstairs for an hour. But when I came back down, the most unexpected thing was waiting for me. Do you know what it is? When I went down, I saw that the fish were floating on top of the water as if they were dead. What was going on? Well, after doing some investigating, I found out that the fish were indeed dead. Turns out that the tap water contained chlorine, and we all know that fish cannot tolerate chlorine. I should have just left the tap water outside in a basin for 2 or 3 days. But now it was just too late. Friends, we should all remember that we should never do something that we're not sure of or can risk somebody else's life. Instead, we should just ask an adult or a professional for help. Thank you.
Side istika. Perfect. Practice makes us perfect. Practice makes us perfect. Side istika.
Don't you ever get annoyed when your parents and teachers give you long lectures on something? Why can't we choose what to do, right? Hi everyone. A year or so ago, I was super excited. The reason I won the silver medal in my school sports meet. I was selected to represent my school in the zonal meets. But however, there was one problem. My athletic practices clashed with the football practices. My coach insisted me on taking part in the athletic practices, but I loved football so much that I didn't want to miss the football practices. It wasn't only me, but all four of the people who were in the relay team were also in the football team. So we made a decision. We chose football over athletics. Coach was clearly disappointed, but however, we took part in the zonal meets. In heats, our baton exchange went wrong and we became third. My coach gathered us around and gave us an earful. This is why I wanted to practice, he said. However, as the starting runner, two of us were able to maintain the lead, but the last batting exchange went totally wrong and we became second. At that moment, I realized why my coach was pressuring me so much to come for the athletics practices. I lost the gold and another golden opportunity, but however, I learned two crucial lessons. One, listen to your elders because they've been here longer than us. Two, behind every victory, there is sacrifices and lessons to take home. Hope you don't frown listening to your elders next time. Thank you.
Ivindi Pereira, never ano, even your pets. Never ano, even your pets. Ivindi Pereira.
People love having pets, but sometimes pets can attack their own master. Hello everyone, I'm Evindi. I have a dog and 6 cats. When I was little on a sunny day, I went school and I came home back as usual. My parents were at office. Only my grandma and I were at home. Grandma was having lunch. I saw an onion leaf left on the kitchen table after preparation. Do you know what I did? My dog was laying on the floor. I tried to feed the onion leaf playfully to it, but he refused to eat it. So I tried it few times. Unfortunately, the fume of the onion leaf made him uncomfortable and angry, which made him immediately attack on me, barking loudly and scaring me. He bit my face. I screamed. When my grandma heard the noise, she came running and chased the dog away. I was terrified. My grandma immediately called my parents and told my parents that I was badly injured. There were deep cuts just below my right eye, including some bruises on my forehead. My parents were panicking. They immediately came home and took me to the Lady Ridgeway Hospital. Both of them were very sad because it was my face that was attacked. I was worried that I should undergo a surgery, but that's exactly what happened. I told my mother that I do not want to admit into the hospital. She explained me that the doctor recommended a plastic surgery to leave a medium scar. After spending a couple of days at the hospital, we returned back home. When we came home, I was very scared of the dog and stayed away from him for weeks. But very soon, we both became friends again. On that day onwards, I stopped doing stupid things like that. Friends, no matter what your pet is and how good or bad it is, there is a chance of attacking you if you do annoy it. Thank you.
Yogesh Prashita. Never get into an argument before finding out the truth. Never get into an argument before finding out the truth. Yogesh and Krishita.
Judging someone is very easy, but we might end up paying a heavy price for it. Hello, everyone. It was the last day to submit our projects. We were all anxious because we didn't even start a project. Do you know why we didn't start our project? The reason that we all got separated. Simple. Never dreamed of. Ometa, Anuji, Hanya, Johanna, and I were best friends. We studied together, played together, ate together, and were always together. One day, our teacher gave us a project. It was to make a chart about how to prevent child labor. Just before the free period, our teacher told us, "Kids, you can discuss the project during the free period." While everyone was discussing the project, we got distracted and decided to do something else. Do you know what we did? We started gossiping about our classmates. It's naughty, isn't it? In the meantime, a girl named Natne was jealous about us and came up with an evil plan. We had no idea that she was planning to separate us five. To work out her plan, first she went to Hannah and Johanna and told them that the other three were planning to ruin their homework. They were so angry after listening to this news. Next, she came to me, Umesha, and Anuji and told us that the other two were planning to complain about our gossips to the teacher. We were so emotional and confronted each other without even asking each other whether it was true. It was a nightmare. We had a terrible row. The corridor was filled with our screams. That moment, the principal and our class teacher came through the corridor. We were all shocked, and our punishment was to clean the corridor for a week. It is then we realized how wrong we were. So friends, never get into an argument before finding out the truth. And most importantly, let's not believe everything we see and hear. Thank you.
Ranuka Chandrasen. How to be a champion? How to be a champion? Ranuka Chandrasen.
Have you ever become a champion or achieved something extraordinary that you never dreamt of? Well, my dear friends, today I would like to share with you about something that I learned in 6th grade. I've been playing badminton ever since I was small, but I was mainly interested in the sport because all of my cousins were playing and they were really good at it. So I got inspired by them. One day, Father Rector called us to his office and informed us that we will be getting a new coach, and the school was preparing us to represent the under-13 All-Island Badminton Tournament, which meant we had to come to practice every day, including weekends too. The next day, we were introduced to our new coach, who seemed very pleasant and friendly with a stern stare. We were asked to play our usual game, but I noticed that our new coach was watching each of us on how we played and identifying our weaknesses and strengths immediately. After the first practice session, coach called us and told us that the plan was to become champions. It was a strenuous period for all of us as we were requested to come to practice at 6 a.m. in the morning, which meant we had to get up really early and we had to stay back after school to play with the senior players of our school. But our coach motivated us, and after a while, we got better at the game. After a few weeks, the team was selected, and I was over the moon when my name was announced. Yes, I was in the team. Our ultimate goal was to become champion, which our coach said can't be done without hard work, dedication, and team spirit. The tournament day arrived, and the team left for Kandy early in the morning. The first and second rounds, we had to win 2 out of 3 matches in order for which we did with ease, which meant we qualified for the quarterfinals. These final matches were vital in order for us to go to the finals, but our coach cheered us on, and from the hard work we put into the practice sessions, we were able to beat our opponents and become champions. The winning moment was unbelievable and exhilarating. I knew we couldn't have accomplished this moment without our hard work and team spirit. On top of all of that, we had a great coach who supported us along the way. The winning combination was passion for the sport and dedication. I came home with a wild lesson learned. If you put your mind into it and do it with passion, you will become the ultimate champion at the end of the day. Thank you.
Ranatunga. Horror trip. Horror trip. Senhas Ranatunga.
Don't believe everything that you hear because not everything that you hear is not true. Hello everyone. A few years ago, I went on a trip with my friends. We went to a large big house. When I was sleeping in there, I heard a large noise from downstairs. So I went to downstairs. To my horror, all the chairs and tables are toppled down. I thought it was a ghost, and I rearranged the tables and chairs and went to bed. In the next day, I told that happened in the last night to my friends. And my friends also got scared too. And someone told us we can check the CCTV. So we went to check the CCTV. We saw the ghost. Guess what? It was a street dog. So don't believe everything that you hear because not everything that you hear is not true. Thank you.
We will have Taksha disconnected earlier. Now she has reconnected. We will have Taksha on screen now.
The test, my friend, and a life lesson. The test, my friend, and a life lesson. Takshaya Matiyarasu.
My mother used to tell me, friends will come and go, but family is forever. Hello, everyone. When I was in grade 1, I didn't have a lot of friends. I was rather lonely until one day when my teacher said that there would be a new girl joining our class. Well, I was much excited like everyone. She stood in front of the whole class. I guess she was a little nervous because her legs were shaky. She had a long ponytail and a freckle on her forehead and on her cheek. She had a birthmark too on her cheek. Our teacher asked her a question. Why don't you introduce yourself to the class? That was the first time I heard her speaking, and I could feel her nervousness. My name is Nicole. My parents' names are Mark and Abigail, and I'm a Christian. And then she said that she moved to the city recently. She had an older sister, and she loved to read and draw.
Then we all introduced ourselves. But astonishingly, our class bully was very kind to her. I liked her instantly and gradually. We got to know each other and became very close. Then she became my bestie. One day, our teacher came to the class and said, "Class, today we will be having a test." After the exam, I got the second place, and a girl who's also a friend of mine got the first place. After announcing the ranks, Nicole said that she hates me and became friends with the girl who became first. That's when I remembered what my mother said. Friends will come and go, but family is forever. Friends are indeed a blessing, but family is more than a blessing. So, my dear friends, never neglect your parents for your friends, because your family will love you no matter what. Thank you.
I started at year 1. Here was PG and KG, but I didn't start from that because I already had been to the nursery.
But guess what I did? I started playing games. Is to be another scientist, and that will be one reason too.
The people around me took the notice of my change and they said, "Amy, oh, how dark you've become."
My friend's name is Huda. She is 9 years old. Her favorite color is black.
Your legs start to shiver. Your heart is a pounding drum. Your brain sizzles furiously.
You're on mute.
Marindri Piris. Don't save the best for last. Don't save the best for last. Marindri Piris.
Save the best for last. I'm not so sure I can agree with that. Dear friends, parents, and cats, let me tell you why. I went to India to Kerala when I was 4 years old. There, we took a ride in a houseboat in the backwater. A houseboat is a boat like a small hotel. We enjoyed a long boat ride in cool breeze in Vembanad Lake. The lake was huge, with lots of similar houseboats. It was a wonderful experience. It was the lunchtime. The meal included crispy, yummy papadam, which was my favorite. I sat at the open sitting area and started to enjoy my meal. I saved the best for last, the papadam. The wind was strong, but I didn't care. Suddenly, heavy wind blew and carried away crispy, yummy papadam and dropped into the water. The flock of fish immediately tore into pieces right in front of my eyes. If not for my dad's generosity, I would have gone through the whole journey. Friends, saving the best for last might not always be a good idea, because you never know the dangers that are waiting you. And finally, never try to eat papadum when there's a strong wind. Thank you.
Kavim gas. Global warming. Global warming. Kavim gas.
Sorry, Kavim has disconnected from the room. We'll move on to the next speaker.
I couldn't. Sanuja Ran Muttuge, the unforgettable day. The unforgettable day, Sanuja Ran Muttuge.
Hey everyone, I'm going to talk about my unforgettable day. One day I was riding bicycle with my friends. Then very big car pulled up. Then my two friends went to a safety place. Then my other friend and me ride the bicycle very fast. Then my friend bicycle and my bicycle hit each other. Then my friend and I got injured. That is my unforgettable day. Thank you.
Seriously.
Mihaly Gunasekara, the most unforgettable day of my life. The most unforgettable day of my life, Mihaly Gunasekara. Have you ever gone camping? Dear parents, guests, and friends. One day, my cousins came to my house and we all went camping. We were so excited. We climbed down a mountain and Appachi built a tent near the river bank. It was so beautiful. All of us went to the river and splashed water to everyone, especially to my Appachi. After having a good dip in the water, we changed our wet clothes. We were so hungry after that. And we had the yummy meal which we packed inside our tent. And Appachi told us stories about his camping trips. It was so much fun. When it was time to go, we cleaned everything, climbed up the mountain and went home. It was one of the best days of my life and the most unforgettable day too. Thank you. Hirundi Silva.
Excuse me,
My
Professor.
pet.
Hirundi has also disconnected. She was here a moment ago. We'll move on to the next speaker.
Okay. Anamika Rai Krishna. A tragedy that happened to my favorite one. A tragedy that happened to my favorite one. Anamika Rai Krishna.
Okay.
Good evening. I would like to share with you a story of a sad incident that took place to one of my favorite teachers. Dear keynote speaker, coach, parents, director, and my dear friends. My favorite teacher is Miss Sasha. I went to her home when I was 5 years old. She was beautiful and very kind. Mrs. Sasha told me to speak and write in Tamil. She also made sure I studied hard. When I'm in her class, I always sit next to her. She always strokes my hair and talks to me loving. One day, Mrs. Sasha stopped coming to class. I don't know what exactly happened, but we were told that she passed away after the delivery of this baby. I missed her. Even though she's no more, I will never forget her in my life. My name is Anamika Ray Prashan. Thank you all.
Voshita Attanayakar. My favorite pet. My favorite pet Voshita Attanayakar.
My favorite pet. I decided to talk about my favorite pet. Do you know why? Let me tell you why. Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Like this. My favorite pet is Michi. He is an 8-year-old dog. He's brown, has 4 strong legs, 2 bright eyes, and small tail. He's a very beautiful dog. Michi is so much healthy and playful. I always give healthy food to Michi like meat, egg, fish, and rice. As soon as I call out Michi, he comes running, dragging his tail. He barks so loud that he can scare the birds away from the trees. Sometimes I run with him, but he's too fast and he likes to run and play with me. I really have fun playing with Mitch. He protects my house and my family. We have let him to freely roam in our yard. He is such a faithful dog. I love my dog very much and my parents love him too. Now do you know why I decided to talk about my favorite pet? Thank you.
Yuvil Samaraveera. Pout pout fish and bully shark. Pout pout fish and bully shark. Yuvil Samaraveera.
This is my favorite story. The Pout Fish and the Bully Shark, written by Deborah Dyson. If you haven't read it yet, then by the time I finish it, I'm sure you would want to read it, dear parents, friends, and guests. It's about Mr. Fish and his friends who play in the water and get bullied by the big bad Mr. Shark. Each time they try to have fun, Mr. Shark ruins their fun. That makes Mr. Fish and his friends very Mr. Fish thinks he's just one fish. That is why he is strong. Next time when Mr. Shark comes, Mr. Fish says, "Bully is not who you are, but that's what you have done," and asks Mr. Shark to leave the park until he's ready to treat others with respect. I really like the part where Mr. Fish challenges Mr. Shark despite being so small. So, what do you think happened at the end? Mr. Shark came back, but this time he treated others with respect and they had a very awkward time. My dear friends, it's always more fun to bully others. So let us try a fun right way instead of ruining the fun by moving. Faiha Fasi, my
Excuse me,
favorite
Sunil.
place.
Faiha also appears to have disconnected. We'll move on to the next speaker, please.
Khadija Shamil, my favorite cartoon. My favorite cartoon, Khadija Shamil.
Don't eat anything. Bye.
Ammar, you're spotlighting.
Khadija.
I think Faiha is here. We can move to Faiha.
Right.
Faiha Fasi, my favorite place. My favorite place, Faiha Fasi.
Good afternoon, everybody. Today, I'm going to tell about my favorite place. My favorite place is the beach. It's hot, summer, beautiful. And the sand was beautiful and spikes gold. The ocean was blue, which was nice. And the sun was like the ocean. All the people was playing in the water and running in the sand and like a big castle. It had a lot of ways that and further. The flags is nice and big. It was just beautiful gates and their door. It was nice timing for everyone. All the people was beautiful timing for they say. It's beautiful summer timing everyone likes. That's summertime. It's nice timing like I don't get. Says myself. It's also getting and warm. The air was warm, the sun was hot. I was playing with my family again, and again. This is a nice timing in the beach. Thank you.
Ayan Dilshan, good manners. Good manners, Ayan Dilshan.
Sticking to good manners will make you a better person. Hello everyone, I like to have good manners. I like to sleep early and wake up early so that I can go to school happily. I wash my hands before meals and make sure I do all my works on time. I keep myself and my things neat. I complete my prayers on time. I respect elders. I am kind to little brothers and sisters. I help the poor and disabled people. And above all, I love my parents and my country. Thank you.
We had missed Kavim, Herundi, Khadija, and Tavish. We'll give them the opportunities in that order.
Kapilnya Tavi. My pet. Kapilnya Tavi. But that's like our friend.
Tavish, hold on, darling. Tavish, hold on. Ammar, you haven't spotlighted Tavish. Ammar?
That's like our friends. They play with us and make us happy. Hello everyone, I am a red fox. It's a cat. Its name is Ginger. He looks like a small tiger and he has a long tail. And he's orange and yellow in color. Tiger's very fast. He likes to hunt small rats. He climbs on the trees and he drinks milk and eats fish. But we are talking playful. He loves to play with me. Just like friend to me. Thank you.
And we have Kavim next.
Kavim Vyasa. Global warming. Kavim Vyasa.
What if all the snow in the world melts? Have you ever heard of global warming? Dear parents, friends, and guests, let's explore the meaning, its effects on our lives, and on the entire world. First, we must understand what is global warming. Global warming is the increase in the average temperature of the Earth's atmosphere. In other words, it's the entire process of the Earth heating up. It has been noticed that the average temperature on the Earth has increased by 1.5 degrees Celsius in the past decade. The major causes for global warming are deforestation, industrialization, burning of fossil fuels, and release of toxic fuels into the atmosphere. The factor responsible for the changing climate is a situation known as greenhouse effect. The greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, ozone, and sulfur dioxide produce huge clouds which act as an invisible blanket, trapping heat from the sun and warming the earth. Is called greenhouse effect. The effects of global warming are very serious.
There could be more rainfall, unpredictable seasons, sea ice will shrink, raising sea levels, hurricanes, floods, and avalanches. So, how can we prevent global warming to save our planet Earth? By walking or cycling is much better for our planet's health than our own. Recycle and reduce food waste. We can also use clean energy sources like wind energy, solar energy, and tidal energy to check the rise in the global warming. Let's all together pledge to save Mother Earth by planting more trees, reduce waste, work more, and be a responsible global citizen. Thank you very much.
Hirundi Silva. My pet collie. My pet collie, Hirundi Silva.
Do you have pets? I am sure you all have pets. I also have 3 pets in my house. Hello everyone. It was a rainy evening. My father and brother came home after badminton practice. When I went out to welcome, I was shocked to see my brother was holding. It was a little bird wrapped in my brother's face towel. I was so curious to hear about it. My brother told we took it from the road while some crows were attacking. I was excited. My father put some medicine on its guts. The next day, we tried to let it fly, but it could not fly. So we kept it in a small clothes until Dad brought a nest. I call it Polly. Polly likes to eat grapes. I feed it every day. We all love it very much. I hope Polly to fly soon so we can enjoy its freedom. Thank you.
Khadija Shamil. My favorite cartoon. My favorite cartoon, Khadija Shamil.
As kids, we're all fond of cartoons, and my favorite one is Omar and Hannah. It is a fantastic religious education cartoon for kids. As my parents have restricted the screen time for me, whenever I get to watch, I grab the chance to watch Omar and Hannah. Dear keynote speaker, coaches, and friends, it teaches us a lot about my faith and many good habits. It is so interesting that we learn many new things with a lot of fun. The main characters in this cartoon are the 2 siblings, Omar and Hannah. They are pretty awesome, but sometimes they do get into trouble. They fight with each other and become naughty too. But their parents are always there to correct them and show them the right path in a polite and nice way. The very interesting part in this cartoon that I love the most is that they teach everything by composing a song. For example, they teach about sharing with a song like, hey Omar and Hannah, play nicely together. When you share toys with each other, you'll both be happier. Come on, my dear brothers. Come on, my dear sisters. When you share toys with each other, you'll both be happier. This is very attractive to kids. So I hope, like me, there will be many other kids around the world who would love to watch this wonderful cartoon. Thank you.
The time has arrived. The wait is over. The founder of CEO of Boston Negotiation Group, a certified leadership coach, a writer, a visiting lecturer at the Postgraduate Institute of Management, and a champion speaker at Toastmasters International. Let me invite our keynote speaker for today, Mr. Tisa Disanayake.
Pute, imagine you are expecting to enjoy or have a fish bun, malupang, and egg bun to evening, and suddenly you are given a fried rice, a good plate of fried rice or biryani. Mouth watering, sumptuous. You will be delighted to have a biryani or fried rice instead of fish bun or egg bun, malupang or bittara bun. On the other hand, let's again imagine you wanted to have an ice cone, ice cream, just one ice cream, whatever they gave you, and this is your expectation. Then suddenly you are given 4 liters of mixed ice cream of vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry. How cool that could be. Now, why I say this is this was the expectation I had when I connected this evening to your program, Speaker Forum. I expected fish bun and egg bun, and you gave me biryani and fried rice. I expected just a ice cone and just one cone, and you gave me 4 liters of vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry mixed together. This is my experience that I had. I was genuinely surprised, and you passed all my expectations. Congratulations and just to all the speakers, and you all deserve a good round of applause. Please give everyone a round of applause. Come on. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. Let me do this. Let me make it a very interactive one. Okay. Because you deserve. You deserve. Let me. Okay. Yeah. Right. Right. Can everyone see me? Farhas, Pavis? Pavis, can you confirm?
Yes, I can see you and your screen. This yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let me stop sharing and let me see whether the sound is not possible. Okay. Here we are. Okay. Fine. Fantastic. Right. You took me 30 years ago, 30 plus years ago, when I was 20 years, I joined a group of my friends in a playground and they were playing cricket, evening cricket. And I joined them and they were having a discussion about something. As a 20 years young man, I was curious to know what they were talking. And they were talking about some story. As usual, I wanted to show I also know the subject that they were talking of. I joined them in the middle and I start talking. Now raise your hand, and those who know, if you know the meaning of stories, stories. Who knows the meaning of stories? Amara Veera, can you tell the meaning of stories? Paiha, I can see you as well. What's the meaning of stories? You mean? Stories. What's the meaning of story? Anyone here?
Can tell us about what's like a fictional story? Like it can tell you about all the adventures you had. And
Who is that, Dion? Who is this talking?
Dion Matthewson.
Okay, Dion, you are absolutely right. Yeah. Story is about narration, the things that happen to you and happen to someone else. You are narrating, giving that story. Storytelling. But there's another story that I did not know at that time. It's a stories. How many stories in that building? It's about the floor. 10 story, 11 story, 12 story. I did not know that. Another story. When I put my 2 words into that, everyone realized I did not know the meaning of these 2 different, same wording, but 2 different meanings. They were smiling under their sleeves because I did know the meaning. I felt ashamed. Now, at your age, you know the meaning. But at the age of 20, after doing advanced level exam, I did not know the meaning of these 2 words. I felt ashamed. I was frustrated, ashamed. From that day onwards, next 12 months, I studied English, especially spoken English. For 12 months, 12 hours a day. 12 months, 12 hours a day. It was the beginning at the age of 20. Now imagine how advanced you are. Now leave that. 30 years later, I was 50 plus. Now you are trying to guess my age as well. Children, you are trying to guess my age. I was 50 plus. A lot of my friends were Toastmasters. You know the Toastmaster, you have heard this word. You have a little bit of understanding on the Toastmaster. Many of them are Toastmasters. They said, please come and join Toastmaster to learn how to speak. Speak? Me? You want to teach? Someone is to teach me speaking? No way, my friend. I'm a lecturer. I'm a trainer. I'm a senior manager in one of the biggest organizations in the world. I know how to speak. I don't have to learn. I know the subject. Have you ever felt that way? Honestly, I was stupid. To think like, I kept on refusing to improve in my public speaking ability for 12 years, next 12 years. And it was only in 2014, long 12 years after first request, someone requested me, I joined those. At that time, I realized I have been speaking in public, but not a public speaker. Ute, speaking in public and the public speaking is 2 different things. Why? We all start speaking in public the day we start uttering words, amma, tata, and then you start picking the words, and that's a speaking in public. And public speaking is completely different format. But today, I saw the group of children, future of the country, future of the world, that far ahead. You are far ahead of me. What I learned after 50, This uncle is now 50 plus, even more than that. And now you have that ability at this age. I don't know how old are you. Maybe 5, 6, 10, 11, 12, not even 50. I have a guess. None of you are in 50 and all are below. But you made me a surprise in all the directions. I started learning how to speak very late in life. You don't have to, and you have well ahead of me, you have already taken those steps. Now I was trying to, this was like a gem mine for me. Manik Patala. I was trying to figure out the good speeches that I witnessed. Now let me start from few things. Everyone was great, but I cannot help stopping without saying few things about Uvin Samaravira. What an innocent look. It's a smiling face. He was talking about the fish and shark. Very sweet. I mean, when you speak Uvin, no one can match you. And everyone's attention will be there. That was such a brilliance. Then came the Faiha. Faiha. Sweet, genuine storyteller. I don't know, Parviz, what you have done to them. And I have seen world-class speakers, but none of them caught my attention to the 100% focus. Farhas did. The last one, Kadja Shamil. It's about Omar and Hannah. What a sweet speaker. That was amazing. Then now Yasas B. She said, once I disobeyed my mother. I was thinking the way she said, Yasas B, tell the truth. Was it once? Or did you disobey your mother many times in the past? And then came Said, yo man, with a prop, string with that. And Said, you spoke with eyes, gestures, facial expressions, voice variations were brilliant. I have seen senior Toastmasters speaking, but none like Said. Not you just spoke. These superstars spoke with the techniques. And then, who else? Haya. Have you ever, if I pronounce it, Haya, right? Haya? Favis, am I right to say Haya?
Yes, yeah, she's here as well.
Haya, you use the techniques that I learned recently. Have you ever lost in the forest? That was your starting point. Asking questions and connecting advanced techniques. And then Sayuru. Sayuru said, don't judge a person by outlook. And what a great message. This book, note is full of brilliant sparks that I saw during this. And Tisuri, the master of ceremony, who introduced, Tisuri, you had a marathon, 42-kilometer run. Not a senior Toastmaster, master of ceremony can absorb that much of pressure. Where did you learn that? And then Mihiri started advanced technique. Imagine, and that was her first name. When Mihiri said, Mahiru, okay, Mahiru said, imagine, I tried to imagine what she was trying to say. And then the best of all, Muthu. Don't you think that I should be proud of myself? She asked the question. She used dozens of dialogues. Muthu, using a dialogues in speech, I came to learn it. I learned it recently, a couple of years ago, and I'm still learning that art. When I'm struggling to use that in my public speaking, you have already mastered and you are perfecting it. And then next one is Abrina. thanks God, you were not in my age. Why? You ask the question, do you like candy? Good old days, if you ask that question, do you like candy? I would have said, yeah, I like candy. Candy is a big city. But you were talking about the toffee, sweet candy. I was thinking about Candy City. Remember what I mistook story and story? And then Arham, a little boy. I don't know how old Arham is, but he was a firebrand. He was like the gems, diamonds shining here, facial expression, gestures. Now, these are few examples that I shared, that I saw. And those techniques, those advanced usage of public speaking frameworks surprised me. Parvi, I don't know how to thank you to, signing them, honing them, putting them together, because I have trained small kids. I have this is my fun area. I have associated with the group of students at very young age, still doing it, and it's not an easy task. Now I have one message to, not to the students, but to the parents, those who are listening right now. Your kid has shown the progress that you and I couldn't even imagine at that age for us, but when we were in that age. Now, what is next for them? Is it the end of the road after delivering a speech, competition, finding, and what is next step? Because this is not about the public speaking. Techniques are nothing to do with making a good speech. It's all about making a good human being. Amazing a kid who loves the world, who loves the neighbors, who loves their friends, who loves the mankind, the nature, and the universe. It's all about putting them in the right track and taking forward. Now you have, as a parent, you have done it wonderfully, and you have taken the right steps in the right direction and getting them this far. I have no idea. I have never discussed. I have not spoken to Parvis on this subject. But you cannot, parents, you cannot stop them with this. If Parvis doesn't have the program to, I am pretty sure he will never drop them like this, and they will have the future plan for them to take them, gradually, step by step, until they go to become a responsible citizen, amazing public speakers, leaders. Even if there are no plans, what is next for them? Plan it right now. Is it a gavel club? Are you trying to stop it here? Maybe institute will come out with advanced program. Because public speaking is a life skill. It never stops. It's like a muscle. Kids, children, the muscles, like playing cricket, it's practice. You keep on practicing, otherwise you go out of practice. It's for me, it's the same, and it's for you, it's the same. So plan what is next for the kids. You start thinking, and is there a next step? And the next step after that. And never stop until you become a person who could help others to become who you are, to come to the place you are. Congratulate Parvis and the team, and it takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of patience. I have seen the world-class techniques, the brilliant public speakers, more than I can see the future of the country. Despite all those troubles, negative information, negative news in the media, I can see the future generation is in the right direction. Whether they are thinking about the environment, your neighbors, religion, language, ethnic, area, countries, the universe, they are marching on the right direction. Public speaking is another tool that Parvis and the team help to make your kid an amazing human being. Parents and the kids, I have one message before I stop this. Why do continue to live a lead, an average life, when in fact these kids were born to be extraordinary? Wish you all the best. Back to you, MC.
Thank you. Thank you, Tissa. Well, I would just like to say a few words about Tissa before thanking him. The first time I met Tissa was at a Toastmasters club, and I know that he's a brilliant speaker. He's spoken and won awards at the highest level at Toastmasters. I'm maybe the highest level at district level. He's competed at the district level with some top speakers. But beyond all that, what fascinated me about this was once when I visited Pinnacle Advanced Toastmasters Club in Colombo, and I saw him doing a live negotiation. It just bowled me over because negotiating is an art in and of itself. Prepared speaking is something that you can prepare, right? You have to write a script, get ready. But negotiation is an entirely different ball game. You need to be able to catch words, you need to be able to read minds, and you need to be able to choose the right words to say. I was really amazed, fascinated, and inspired by Tissa at that moment. So what you heard now was not only from a brilliant speaker, but also someone who is a master of words. So thank you, Tissa. Thanks a lot for not only inspiring me, but inspiring the kids tonight as well. Those words, I think, mattered a lot, and that will carry them a long way, not only the kids, but the parents as well. I know you came here despite your busy schedule, and you were able to inspire them as always. So thanks a lot, and I wish you nothing but all the best in your future endeavors.
Parvesh, just one. I have been watching this since 5 o'clock and didn't move. And now almost like 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours. No Toastmaster forum was able to get my attention. And you made some magic to these kids, and they were able to get my attention 2.5 hours uninterrupted. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you, Tissa. Thank you. Thanks for the inspiration. Right. Ammar, can we have the MC on screen, please?
Stop panicking. That was an excellent performance by some excellent speakers. Let me remind you that it was the students who came up with the idea for the speeches, and it was they who wrote the speeches. That is why they deserve another big round of applause. Now, are you curious to know how these children transformed to become such amazing speakers? Well then, let us listen to the people behind the screen. Let me invite
The coaches, Mr. Farwiz Imamuddin, Mr. Sharif Mihilar, Miss Kitmi Gunashekara, Miss Hamra Hazar, and Miss Shakya Natavitarana to the screen.
Thank you, Aradhya. Thank you, sweetheart. Right. So Sharif, Kitmi, and Hamra are not available. So it's me and Shakya. You have to bear with us. Shakya, what do you have to say? Shakya, by the way, was working with the 5 to 7-year-old kids. And she was doing some individual sessions as well. So Shakya, what do you have to say?
I think as always, I think I'm growing to love what I'm doing more and more with every new batch of kids that come in. Even because the kids are so diverse and they're so unique in their own right. So when you meet new kids every day, it's a really enriching experience because you learn about how they think, how they feel, and sometimes you realize that the techniques you use on one kid doesn't work on the next. So which leads you to go back to your drawing board and use your toolkit to find a new set of tools that will really help them. And that's one I think for me was very important, because I realized when I joined Speak, one thing that I constantly learn with these kids is that we're constantly changing what we're doing for them. We're constantly evaluating, rethinking, redesigning. And I think that's the beauty of this entire program as well. It caters to the student to really help them become the best version they can be of themselves. And I know that they embark on a journey of personality transformation, and that's why they're. But I, as much as it's a journey where they transform their personality, for me, it's also been a journey of transforming myself as an individual as well. I've learned a lot about myself. I've learned what I can do, areas that I need to improve on, which I think are all beneficial for you as an individual as well, to learn and grow and rediscover. So every day for me is like a new chapter of my life. I'm opening up a new page. I'm learning something new, both about myself, about the kids, and about learning. So that for me has, as always, it's been such an enriching experience. And I only hope to keep learning and to keep growing. And that is my wish for you kids as well, that you never stop learning, because life is a journey of learning. You will always learn, even from the mistakes that you make, even from the little areas that you need to improve on. It's all about learning. So look at things from that light, from that perspective of learning, and be thirsty for knowledge. And don't and quench your thirst with knowledge by gaining things, exploring new things, and never be afraid of failing. If you make a mistake a couple of times, that's okay. You know, you keep moving forward despite your failures. What's important is that you learn from them and that you grow. And I think you all are lucky to have this platform to really discover yourselves, to transform your personalities. And I think we are lucky to be able to be a part of this and be a part of that journey. So as always, I wish nothing but the best for you and hope that you keep learning and that you keep growing.
Yeah. Well, I think the biggest learning for all of us from this program and from looking at these kids is that to understand that this is not about public speaking. This is never about public speaking from the word go. This is about personality transformation. This is about the human potential to achieve great heights if you really want to do that. And these kids are a testimony to that. Because what the kids did today, the final result, the finale of the entire public speaking program, which happened tonight, only showed you a glimpse of where they are now, but it never showed you where they were. And that's the story. What happened between where they were and where they are is a story that actually matters. this timeline is what matters, because this is where we find inspiration, we find genuine evidence for the potential to transform and achieve great heights. Because, you know, as Carol Dweck says, this growth mindset is not something that most of us have, but kids have that if you don't interfere with them. Kids possess this growth mindset, the belief that they can do it only if you're able to inspire them with the right words. And that is the biggest learning we have. The learning that these kids, if they really put their heart and mind towards something, can get there. Because this journey is what, you know, this is a story that actually we take these learnings from. So parents and kids, so the good news is all of us, you have actually given us the news with evidence that all of us have this potential to transform. And most importantly, you kids and parents should know that inside every one of you is that person, is that great leader inside who can come out only if you can show them the right opportunities. And when you see the right opportunities, just go and knock, and it'll open up when you strive and struggle and keep working towards it. Right. So these are my final words. It's a story about where you were and where you are, and what matters is this journey that you took, this journey of transformation. So with that, I would like to open the floor to our parents and the kids. If you have any comments, please go ahead. And as I always say, we are live, right? So if you have any feedback, if you have any critical feedback, please be our guests. Because we are open for that as well. So yeah.
Hi, Parveez. Sorry, I logged in as well. This is Sharif.
Oh, Sharif. Okay. Ammar, can you please spotlight Sharif? Sharif is also there, one of our coaches.
Yep, I'm actually not in a position to switch on my camera because I'm traveling. But I just wanted to pop in. Honestly, really impressed and proud of, specifically Faiha and Shamil. They were supposed to be a part of the Qatar Speakarnival. They couldn't make it, but 1 week later they still turned up and did an amazing job. And even the other kids, some of them I've met a few times. All of them were really amazing. Just to see how they came up today and performed was a beautiful sight. And Parveez and Shakia would agree, there is no better feeling for us. We don't get this feeling when we deliver speeches and do well, to see them perform. Honestly, it's such a proud moment and a happy feeling. And this is the start of their journey. And this is actually not the end. And kudos to the parents for believing in us and helping them, achieve this. And I hope that they keep continuing this, because as leaders, as speakers, I hope they keep evolving. For that, they need to keep doing this, not give up any opportunity that they come across. So kids, congratulations, all of you, super proud of you, and keep doing this, keep inspiring, and hopefully, one day you will get the opportunity to change the world. And I think our keynote speaker, yes, keynote speaker, Tessa correctly pointed out about how inspired he was. And thank you for his keynote as well. One of my favorite quotes is, when you have the ability to speak, you have the capability to inspire. When you have the capability to inspire, you have the power to change. And kids, today, you have embarked on the journey with the ability to change. So I hope you become superheroes in your own right. Thank you so much, and all the very best to everyone.
Thank you, Sharif. It's a pity that you can't turn your camera on, or else you could have joined us. Right. So let's open the floor to the parents and the students. If you have any comments to make, please be our guests.
Thank you, coaches, for helping us on this journey.
Thank you for trusting us, Haya. And you did brilliantly tonight.
Thank you.
Sir, I love the way you taught us. The whole week I was waiting for our speak session on Saturday. And thank you, sir, for all the effort you put in us to make us great speakers.
Oh, you girls are lovely. I had a great time with you, right? The whole 10 weeks was a carnival for me. You know, this is just the culmination, but the entire 10 weeks was a carnival for me. And of course, Shakya would agree as well.
Can I go next, sir?
Sorry, Rishita?
Can I go next, sir?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, please.
Thank you, sir, for spending your time to teach us the speaking skills. You're so friendly. I haven't seen you shouting at us and angry. And thank you for everything.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Like Shakya once said, you are the fuel that keeps us going, right? So we need you. We need that fuel. Thanks a lot.
Sir,
Yes.
did you know I didn't even talk in school before I came to this class?
No, I didn't know that. Wow, that's news to me.
Now I am so excited to go to the level 2.
Right.
And thank you so much for learning me to speak.
Oh, Ovin, you're such a sweet kid. You know, I had an absolute ball of a time with you. And I seriously did not know that you didn't speak at school. So how are you now? How do you feel now at school?
Now I talk a lot in school.
Now are they trying to shut you up?
No, I talk with my friends.
Are you
Now
talking?
I didn't even talk with my friends.
Right. Okay. Wow. I'm so relieved and pleased. This is great. This is great.
Sir?
These are actual stories that can
Sir?
inspire you like nothing. Thanks a lot, Ovin. Yes. Yes.
My sister, Safia,
Yes, Bilal.
she didn't have friends at all and she didn't talk at all.
Excuse me, sir.
Even to siblings. But now she speaks like a chatterbox. That's nice.
Really? Oh my
Yes.
God. Look at that.
So,
Thank you for sharing this. I don't know. I'm just lost for words. This is absolutely brilliant. My conviction that public speaking can transform personalities only gets stronger with things like this. You know, thank you. Thanks a lot, Bilal.
Coaches and Parviz, I want to say a big thank you to you all. I'm Saira's dad. Hello, hi Fariz. So yeah, I want to say a big thank you to you all. We can really see a difference in Saira's confidence levels, and she also really looks forward to the. She looks forward to the sessions every weekend.
Yeah.
And we can, like I said, we can see a big difference in her confidence levels and her public speaking. So thank you for taking the time to coach Saira, and she really loved it.
That's amazing. Thank you. Thanks a lot, Farhan. Thanks a lot for trusting us. Saira is such a sweet girl. She's amazing. You know, I absolutely love these sessions. So thanks a lot for enrolling her into this program.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, when I was at school, there are so many speeches. So I never speak at school. When I came to this speak class, and I learned so much when we speaking.
May I know, I can't see who this is. Amar, are you highlight? And we've lost Shakya. Where's Shakya?
Here.
I think Shakya is not on spotlight. Okay, yeah. Whoever is speaking, I can't see you. Who is that?
I think we're speaking to Evindi.
Evindi, all right. Okay, sorry, darling. I couldn't see you because I didn't know where the voice was coming from. Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm very nervous when there were speeches to tell at school. When I come to this class, my nerves go away. Now I'm very confident to speak.
That's great. That's great. Absolutely great. Awesome. And you don't have to only feel confident when you come to this class. Feel confident wherever you go. Just it's just a mind game. You see, it's your voice that is telling you, oh no, don't go and speak. You're gonna be embarrassed. You just have to shut your voice sometimes, and it's inside your head, right? You just have to shut it down with a good dose of positive energy.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, yes, go ahead.
Is speak stressful for you?
Speak stressful. Oh, that's a very good question. I'm gonna turn the question around. May I know who that is?
Bilal.
Bilal. Okay, Bilal. Do I look stressed at speak? Be honest, right? Be honest.
No.
I don't. All right. Speak is my positive energy. Right? I look forward to speak. Every day I look forward to speak because these stories, this is my launching pad. This is definitely my launching pad, and you have no idea how motivating these stories are. The story that you just said, the story that Evindi said, Oveen said, Farhan's. No, this is my launching pad, and this is Shakya's launching pad as well. I can speak for her. So yeah, this is not stressful. It's totally to the contrary. This is our launching pad. This is our motivation. This is our fuel. So thanks a lot. Thanks to you and the parents.
So can I have a word?
Yes, doctor. Yes, you can have a word. You can have more than a word.
Yes, I'm Muthu's mother, and I have to congratulate you for this job well done. And of course, we have to congratulate the speakers, the little ones. They were wonderful. Yeah. Simply wonderful. And I'd like to congratulate the parents as well for making their children achievers. Honestly speaking, I did not believe that this is possible. This was possible for you had the program for 10 weeks. I did not believe that this kind of transformation is possible within 10 weeks. So that is why I rang you and said, look, I don't want my child to follow everything that this class wanted. Yeah. I just want her to go a step ahead. So that is for other parents to know. That's what I thought because I didn't believe. But I had to believe in you when I saw the transformation, not with the speaking, but with the personality and the confidence level of our children. It was amazing, not just my daughter. I was amazed to see Mahiru. Mahiru was amazing. The transformation I saw in Mahiru. So I was wondering how you did this, because when you wanted them to do the Speakarnival speech, I didn't see much of an improvement. And to my knowledge, you have not taught them much. But then once you started this speech, practicing them the speech, they improved a lot. What I feel is this: you gave them the stage to perform. The stage performing weekly performance was very important. And this was a very child-friendly program. And I later learned that you all have done child psychology and all. So it was there in your program, this sort of thing, because you always gave positive comments, get their things up, get their motivation up. You encourage them so much, and you had suggestions, very few suggestions, 1, 2, or maximum 3. So you didn't give so much of suggestions because otherwise that would have been a burden for them. So I'm still amazed at the transformation that you did for these children. I have no words to explain. And I don't know the techniques behind it because I think it's amazing. Anyway, I have to congratulate all of you, all your coaches, especially Mr. Farvis. This is a service for the future generation. You are doing a marvelous service. As a human being, you all should be proud of yourself, and I wish wish luck and wish you all the very best for your families, for your parents and your loved ones, for giving us these kind of people for our children and for the nation. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Doctor. I would just like to add to your comment because you just spoke about our methods, what we do. I want to just add to that because I think this is very, very important. Apart from our techniques and the methods that we use, there's a lot into it. We can have a chat one day. I think the most important thing that we emphasize on is building rapport and trust. I think these two are key to transforming anyone. Because what I see with some adults as well, we try to expect what we want from the kids, right? And what happens in the process is, instead of empathizing with them, instead of getting down to their level to understand what they want, we try to impose what we want on these kids, right? So if as a coach, if I thought of the Speakarnival and if I was like, I want these kids to perform well because, Speak's image is dependent on the perform. If I started to think like that, then it's going to be a problem. It's definitely going to be a problem because now I'm not empathizing with them. It's a very, very selfish approach. But when you empathize with them and approach them to build rapport and trust first and tell them, listen, this is about you, not about us. I've seen kids transform, it's the magic happens. Of course, there are techniques and methods behind it, but I think this is the key, empathy, especially emotional intelligence, but empathy is key, and also building rapport and trust. As adults, as parents, I think that is very important. Yeah. Okay.
Sir, I am very happy. Your encouraging words made me a good speaker.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Arham. Thanks a lot. You're such a powerful speaker. You just have these subtle expressions. You don't know how important they are, right? You don't force them. You just have these subtle expressions which can actually bring a smile on on someone who's listening to you.
I think it was a good opportunity we had with our children, both of them. Like we never thought like this would do wonders. Like I thought like Arham was this good speaker, but you transformed him such a way that he's like more encouraged and he wants to do more speeches like this. Like previously he was not coming up in the class or anything like now. He wants to do more into this. So like we should say thank you a lot for giving this opportunity, and we wish you the best, and we wish you also the best.
Thank you, Shimak. Thanks a lot for trusting us.
Thank you for your marvelous job.
Thank you, Jasmine. Thank you for the kind words.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, darling.
When is the next? When is the next level starting?
After Christmas, after New Year, right? We'll let you know. Hopefully,
I want to join for the next week. I'm really looking forward for it.
Oh, I'm looking forward to have you as well, Nishid.
Can I have a word?
Yes. Go ahead.
I think it's the way you taught me that made me the speaker I am today. So thank you for teaching me.
Oh, such a sweetheart, darling. I loved every single class. I absolutely loved it. So thank you for giving me that opportunity, to be honest.
Excuse me, sir. May I have a word, please?
Yes, please.
This is Khadija Shami's mother.
Hi.
I would like to thank you all, the Speak team, especially the coaches, Farviz sir and Sharif sir, for taking time out of your busy schedule and training our kids, and you brought the best out of them, I could say. And it is actually you brought out the hidden talents in our kids. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. And I wish all the best for your future as well.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for trusting
Excuse
us.
me, sir. Can I have a word?
Yes, please. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm speaking on behalf of my nephew, Dion.
All right, yeah, please.
So actually I had no idea of what this is. So I got to know about Speak from one of my students. I'm also a vocal coach. So and I'm really proud of the way, because even he be my nephew, he is not a person who would go in front of a crowd and then speak. So because I'm a person like that who always entertains someone.
Right.
So and I'm like, honestly, I'm flattered for the standards that you all have, and for helping out the kids, and it's really excellent. Like, if there is an award that you should be given, I would definitely give that.
Wow.
So, thank you very much, dear sir, and all the quotes. So I would conclude it. Thank you very much again.
Thank you. And are you the uncle who's the composer, by the way?
Yes, yes.
All right. I love your room. I love your room.
Thank you.
He joined from your room once. I love the setup. So much life and ambience. I love it.
Thank you very much.
And
Yeah, that is.
you have good taste, by the way.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right. Then thank you very much. Good
All the
night.
best. See you soon.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yeah, go ahead, darling. Yeah.
For all the things you did.
Sorry, Faiha?
Thank you for all the things you did.
Thank you for entertaining us in the class and, giving us that wonderful time. I loved it. I'm sure Sharif loved it as well. Thank you, sweetheart. And all the best.
Yeah, Faris and Shakya, Brian and Anamika, I want to talk to you.
Right.
Thank you, sir, for teaching us to speak in the public.
I'm so glad that you're in the class, Brian. Thank you for coming.
In a fun way.
Talk to Shakya, can give you a treat. Shakya is there.
You want to say something, darling? Anamika, so how did you feel? How did you feel after giving the speech?
You're happy or something? I was excited, happy. What are we disturbed?
I was very excited to tell the speech carnival. So,
right. And you told me, you remember you told me that you're nervous yesterday, right?
yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay. So how was it? How did you feel today before the Speak Carnival?
I was very excited today.
Okay. You were not nervous like yesterday then?
No.
Oh, that's great.
She will talk something to Shakya. I don't know. She doesn't know how to talk.
Okay, Shakya.
I'm here, Anamika.
Please spotlight Shakya.
Hi, Anamika.
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you for the training you have given.
Thank you for training me.
You're most welcome. It was my pleasure. Thank you.
She's asking me. Yeah, she's always asking me to go. Let's go to Shakyaka's home. Let's go to Shakyaka's home. Is she in Sri Lanka? She's always asking about that.
Oh, Anamika, we will plan and meet each other someday at some point. Okay.
Shakya has a wonderful house, by the way. You should visit. She has a beautiful house.
Yes, Faris and Shakya, thank you so much. Really, because earlier when I was I planned to join these kids to the Speak, I wasn't thinking anything. I just want to join them. Just somehow they might get some training or whatever it is. But after a few weeks, they started to memorize. They started to write everything, and I don't know what was happening. So I didn't spend much time. So I didn't have time. So sometimes they always skipping other classes and joining this week. And automatically they are just telling me, yeah, we are having Speak, so I didn't attend that class or something, or because they're having the online classes everywhere. So okay, I didn't bother so much. So now yesterday and today, almost like festival at home. They are just doing everything and preparing themselves, going running here and there. They didn't attend any of the classes or something. They asked me to buy that one tripod and everything. They asked me to buy everything, prepare the place for him. So in fact, I have put a leave today, and I was waiting with them from today morning onwards. I was staying with them, and I have helped. Just now only I had my meals.
That's great. I hope we have not become a headache for you.
No. Actually, really a good transformation you have given. Really, I'm planning to send them to this level 2, and after that only, I think after that they can directly go to level 2, 3, 4 like that. I don't know. It will be continuous. I don't know. Really, thank you so much for these transformations you have given.
Thank you, doctor. Thank you. Thanks a lot. I think these words matter a lot.
Did you recognize when I do the speech?
Thank you very much, sir, for
Thank you,
training.
doctor. All the best.
Okay, thanks.
Did
Yes,
you recognize when I did the speech? May I got hiccups? When I'm starting the speech, it suddenly came. When I stopped, it suddenly disappeared. I don't know why. Maybe I'm nervous.
Are you okay? So you were nervous, but your nervousness disappeared halfway through, is it?
Yes, when I was doing the speech, I had hiccups. I could hold it, but I had to do the speech, so I hold it and did it.
Right. You just discovered the secret of overcoming nervousness, right? You just have to start speaking. That's it. Nothing else, right? That's the biggest secret. You just have to start speaking, and your nervousness will go away. That's it.
Excuse me.
Yes.
The first time I started speak, I didn't know you, and then after I finished my first speak class, my father said that you were Shafra's Arman's father's cousin.
Yes. Yeah. I'm Shafraz's cousin. That's right. Yeah. Not Shafraz's cousin. In fact, it's a long story. Shafraz is my nephew because his father is my cousin, and he's the oldest cousin I have in the family.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Are you going to be the coach in level 2?
Yeah, I will be the coach, darling, and we have more coaches as well. But I'll be doing most of the sessions. Don't do you want someone else?
No.
Sure.
No, sir. I only want you to do all the other sessions until done.
The other coaches are equally good, by the way.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Excuse me,
Yes.
Sir, I am Jashwin's mother.
Yes, yeah.
You did a great work, sir. You did a magic, I think. I want to say that. You did, because the first was Jashwin was very shining. He was very shining for looking forward.
Right.
But now I can see many changes from him.
Right.
So thank you very much.
I'm equally surprised.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Thank you very much.
Welcome. Thank you. Thanks
Yeah.
for trusting us. You see, I don't think we could have done this without your help. So thank you.
Yeah, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes. Is that Mutumanya?
Yes, sir.
Yes, darling. Yeah,
Yes,
go
sir.
ahead. Yeah.
I was shy, but I'm not shy now. My teacher says I'm the chatterbox now. In the first time, I had butterflies in my stomach when I'm giving the speech.
And what happened to the butterflies now?
They are gone.
They're gone? Okay, right. That's
Thank you,
amazing.
sir.
You're welcome, sweetheart. You're welcome.
Misa,
Yes.
I'd like to thank you for teaching in such a fun way. So when we learn something new, you would play a game, so we could use that technique that you taught us.
Thank you, darling, and thanks for laughing at my silly jokes as well. Okay. Is there anyone else, or shall we move over to the next item in the agenda?
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I'm Taksha. Thank you. I'm so grateful for your support and kindness. And after joining this class, now only I know that challengers are here to test me, and I must face it and go on.
Yeah, that's a very important lesson you've taken out of this program. And yeah, you can definitely take up the challenges. You only have to have that mindset, the same mindset that you had in this class. So yeah, all the best, Taksha.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Thank you very much for training us.
Oh, thank you, Khadija, for coming to the class. I had a lot of fun. Okay.
Hello, sir. I'm Zaima here, Zaid's brother. And I'm super excited and very happy to see Zaid's transformation at Speak. It's just amazing because he was a person who was very nervous when he sees a set of audience. He's so nervous that he always starts in, Dati, you speak, you speak, you speak. He's a person like that. But now he's like very, like, he's the transformation is amazing through Speak. So thank you so much.
Yeah, honestly, I think when I listened to his second speech, right, the Speakarnival speech, I was like, oh my God, what has happened to Zaid? I think a major part of the credit should go to Zaid, because I think it was his hard work that actually helped him to bring that speaker out. You see, we can only say, right, we can inspire, but that the effort has to come from the students. So yeah, kudos to you, Zaid. You're an inspiration now, right? You've just created a new story that I'm gonna go and tell a lot of people out there, right? So you become a part of my life, right? You become a part of my life, and I'm gonna tell your story to a lot of people out there. So yeah, thank you for the inspiration, and thank you, Zaima, for enrolling Zaid.
It was because of you, because of how you taught. It was very different. You're like the most different teacher in all of my teachers.
Thank you, darling.
Thank you, sir.
So encouraging. Thank you, Zaima. Thank you.
Hi, Farwez. This is Nishida's father.
Hi.
Signing from Abu Dhabi. And thank you very much for Farwez and all the staff, all the teachers. And we are really impressed with the transformation. And as Nishida said, that we are looking for the next levels, and I'm sure he will miss you during next weekend, because he is. And thank you again, and for the great job.
Thank you. Thanks a lot once again for trusting us.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Bye.
All right. Okay. I think if you don't have any more comments, we can go to the next item in the agenda. So I hope no one has any comments or feedback to give. Amar, before we go to the next item in the agenda, can we quickly take a picture with the group before everyone leaves? A quick picture.
Okay, sir. Let's do it.
All right. Great. Now, this is the drill, right? Did everyone enjoy the Speakarnival?
Yes.
Yes.
Give your
Oh my God, yes, sir. It was
oh my
the
God,
best.
yes, okay. So then give an oh my God smile, right? The biggest smile ever. And if you liked it, 1 thumbs up. If you loved it, show 2 thumbs up, and the biggest smile ever. All right. 3, 2, 1. Okay, I think that's great. I think we captured everyone there. Okay. So Amar, we can go to the next item in the agenda. Okay, so it's the awarding of the certificates. So let me Okay, I don't think Sahiru, Mahiru, and Sabindu are there because they connected from Australia, and it's very late in Australia, so they had to leave. That is why they got the first slot. So can we start from the first certificate? Is this the first certificate, Amar?
Yeah, this is the first certificate.
Okay. Sahiru Jayasinghe, congratulations on completing level 1. Savindu Gunasekar, congratulations on completing level 1. Mahiru Jayasinghe, congratulations on completing level 1. Saira Farhan, congratulations on completing level 1. Mutumania Piris, congratulations on completing level 1. Hannah Shafraz Ajumain, congratulations on completing level 1. Mark Lawrence, congratulations on completing level 1. Mark's certificate, were you able to display that, Amar? Okay. Yeah. Shekaina Bandara, congratulations on completing level 1. Muhammad Arsat, Muhammad Bilal, congratulations on completing level 1. Oveen Sentula Kure, congratulations on completing level 1.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Abriana Lawrence, congratulations on completing level 1. Nishida Jenul Vijetilaka, congratulations on completing level 1. Tunkinda Arachige Nihansa Insit, congratulations on completing level 1. Muhammad Shimak Arham, congratulations on completing level 1. Yasasvi Nuwansa Ekanayaka, congratulations on completing level 1. Zaid Zaki, congratulations on completing level 1. Haya Shafraz Ajumain, congratulations on completing level 1. Muhammad Arsat Muhammad Umar, congratulations on completing level 1. Gayuka Timat Samarasinghe, congratulations on completing level 1. Jashwin Niresh, congratulations on completing level 1. Fatima Safia Arsat, congratulations on completing level 1. Takshaya Madiarasu, congratulations on completing level 1.
Thank you.
Sayuru Bogahavatta, congratulations on completing level 1. Fatima Salman, congratulations on completing level 1.
Thank you, sir.
Muhammad Shimak Ahmed, congratulations on completing level 1.
Thank you, sir.
Yogeshwaran Lidukshita, congratulations on completing level 1.
Thank you, sir.
Lisindi Lianage, congratulations on completing level 1. Zaid Istikar, congratulations on completing level 1. Evindi Enara Pereira, congratulations on completing level 1. Yogeshwaran Rishita, congratulations on completing level 1.
Thank you, sir.
Ranuka Chandrasena, congratulations on completing level 1. Senhas Ranatunga, congratulations on completing level 1. Marindri Piris, congratulations on completing level 1.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Miheli Tisansa Gunasekara, congratulations on completing level 1. Kavim Vyasa Govindaraju Kandipalli, congratulations on completing level 1. Sanuja Supipa Ranmutuge, congratulations on completing level 1. Hirundi Senulya Silva, congratulations on completing level 1. Anamika Ray Prashanna, congratulations on completing level 1. Voshita Kaveen Attanayaka, congratulations on completing level 1. Yuvain Insilu Samaravira, congratulations on completing level 1. Faiha Fazil Mohammed, congratulations on completing level 1. Khadija Shamil, congratulations on completing level 1. Kapilnath Tavish, congratulations on completing level 1.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome, darling. MD Ayan, congratulations on completing level 1.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So now may I invite Shaveen to give the vote of thanks. Shaveen, are you there? Right.
With that interesting and inspiring keynote speech, the 26th Speakarnival has come to a close. It was a wonderful, I'm sure all of you have enjoyed today's event. It was a wonderful event with an array of interesting speeches and one life-changing keynote speech. So I would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you who have made this possible. And I would like to thank our keynote speaker, Disanayaka. The children for enlightening and entertaining us with their wonderful speeches. The role play from Speak Academy, parents, coaches, guests, the host for the Zoom host for today, and final, Mr. Faraway's Imamuddin. So hope all the best and a very good night. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Shaveen. And thank you, all of you. Good night.
Thank you, sir.
Good night, sir.
Good night, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Good night, sir.
Good night, sir. Thank you.
Good night, sir. Thank you, sir. Bye, sir. Good night, sir. Thank you, sir.
Good night, sir.
Bye.
Have a comfortable sleep.